Aloha, Richard Halverson here, and we are working on this assignment 5 here, this update availability, and we're going to finish it up today. We're going to do the last step here, which is a script to generate this availability.txt table. And so if you look at the way it looks now, you can click right here on member availability. You can see what the current one looks like, and basically it looks like this, where there's dates across the top. And, these are Wednesdays across the top, and then there's a row for each person, and there's an X in spots in the cells where for that date that member is unavailable. And in reality, of course, this is used by the scheduler, and the scheduler only schedules like a couple, 3-4 weeks in advance. So really the scheduler only needs, see, today is March 4th, so if the scheduler would presumably only really need like these dates here, and actually only those dates, and only those for the members that are current members of the club. So what this task is to and then the second point is that availability now is stored in our database in a table called availability in this form. And so we want to write a little script that will generate a table that is compatible with this availability.txt table, so the system can continue to refer that. The automatic scheduler can continue to refer to this availability.txt table. All right. So to do that, let's go look at something we've done before. Let's open up the file manager, and let's see where we are. And is there anything is there a, I don't see, not much in here. Let's see, where is, let's go up one. Didn't we do some sort of, export desires. Okay, let me just open up export desires. And whatever this is, it's pretty dang simple. I'm going to copy this. Copy, and let me go back to up one level. Let me go to Toastmasters 5, and I guess I have no exporting. Oh, wait a minute. It's right here, export desires. This is it, right? Let me look at this. I'm spacing out here. Yeah, this is fine. A little bit different. Okay. Okay, so let me close this and close this, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to make a copy of it, and I'm going to call it export availability. Availability.php. Alright, so click on this and edit it. Alright, now the first thing that we're going to do is we connect to the database. Let's I'm not sure when this is going to be done, so it's not let's create a separate, let's make this standalone. So first of all, we're going to connect to the database, and I believe this is an old password. I'm going to have to fix that. First of all, we need to display out dates, because first of all we need to make these dates across the top. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all this. All the way to here. Delete. And up to about to whatever. So I'm going to get rid of all this up above here. All right, so the first thing we have to do is to make it so it displays out first row as this word key, this word name, and then the dates for starting with the first upcoming Wednesday for a few Wednesdays ahead. So let's go back and take a look at what we did for this update availability page. And in here, you recall down here, we had some code where we found the first Wednesday, and then we were able to repeat for 60 Wednesdays ahead. So I'm going to grab that code, copy, and I'm going to paste that over here. And so let's just figure out what the first Wednesday is. I don't need this month thing. I don't need that. The first Wednesday is, let me take this out of here. This takes me, for first Wednesday, this takes me to the first Wednesday. I don't use today for anything, so let me just put this here. Figures out the first Wednesday, and then let's just do 20 Wednesdays ahead. I'm going to need, okay, so I'm going to display stuff out using this variable data. So let me start up by saying data equals key tab name, okay, and then the data is going to equal the first Wednesday it's going to look like, well, how is it going to look? It's going to look like this. Let me look. I need PHP date. I need single digit data equals \t concatenated with the date, and the format for the date I want to be single date, and what is it? J. It's got to be single digit, 3-letter month, 2-digit year. So that's J for single digit month. Day. No, day is yeah, J for day of the month, and then I need this one, capital M, and then lowercase y. Okay, so that would be J hyphen capital M hyphen lowercase y. So that is the date format of first Wednesday. Okay, so that's going to put that there. And that should, is that right? J. That's the day, all right. So it's J. Yep. Okay, so so that should take care of that. Y. And then I don't see what else I need. I don't think I need anything else from here. So that gives me the title line. And then I need to, so that gives me the title line. Now I've got to do data equals, got to append onto that. Ooh, this is an append. Append onto that a new line. Okay, next I want to select, query select from the key, comma, I guess I need to figure out I got to do the same thing I did last time, and that means I got to figure out what the key is. From roster. No, wait a minute. No, I'm not doing the key. I'm doing each person at a time. So each member at a time. So this is all I need. And let's order by last first. That's just so it's alphabetical order by name. So that's the query. So first we grab all the people. Grab all the people, and then, no, I don't need to get rid of all this. Get rid of all this. Then, while each person for each person in result, I need to add the key, add the name. Okay, add that stuff. Add the key, add the name, and then I need to do a second query to find out, oh, then I got to go through each one of these dates and read up if there is a record in the availability table. So let's do a query 2 equals select count. It's just going to be 0 or 1 as yes from availability where key equals key. I need to do something more here. I've got to loop through a bunch of days. I've got to loop through a bunch of days here. And that's got to be inside here. I gotta do I'm gonna do this FW after I reach I'm gonna do this start Wednesday equals FW. So right here I go FW equals start Wednesday. And then I go query 2 is county as where key is and unavailable equals FW. So starting with the first Wednesday, I'm going to read to see if there's a record in there for that person, for each person in roster, for that person and that date. And if there is, how do I find out if there is? Result 2 equals MySQL underscore query DB, comma, query 2 or die couldn't perform query 2 at line and dot MySQL error DB. That's good enough. So this is the end of this. This is the end of that. This is the end of that. Okay. Okay, so that's the result query, and then so I want to get it out, which is I'm just going to call row 2 equals MySQL underscore fetch associate, although there's only going to be one of them, and if row 2 yes is equal to 1, then I'm going to append an X. Else I'm going to append just a tab. Okay, so I'm going to read to see if that person, if that key and that Wednesday is in the database, and so this count would be a 1, means there's 1 in there. If it's 0, that means there was none in there. So if there's 1 in there, it's going to come back as a yes, and so then we look at yes, and yes is either going to be 0 or 1, depending on what the count is. If it's a 1, then we want to make an X there. We want to put an X in that position. Otherwise, we just don't want to put anything in that position, and then tab to the next space. Okay, and so when this is going to loop for all 20 Wednesdays, however many we have here, and then we should end this, and then we can hook on that \t there. We need to increment this. So once that Wednesday is taken care of, we can go to the next Wednesday. And we are using FW to keep track of Wednesdays. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's write it out as availability.text, and Yeah, that's fine. In fact, we can just echo it out. Why don't we just echo it out here and write it out? All right, let's save this and see what happens. Oh, I got to fix this. What is my latest password here? This thing. Okay, so I just need to, let's go back to this thing, and down here we're not going. I'm going to go to export availability dot php, and it's going to be called availability. I don't know why I've got a name. I don't need to have a name there, but I'll just do that. Okay. So let's go back to, this is saved. Let's go back to here. And let's go to here. And looks like it's got this. And what happens when we do this? We get nothing. Okay. Alright, to help me out here, I'm going to go back to my file and throw these three statements up at the top so I can display the errors. And now when I run this, hit refresh, still no help. Okay, that must mean there's some sort of syntax error. Usually indicates there's a syntax error. So let me try to identify that. Let's try this. Not yet. Get rid of this. Line 17. Ah, this should be date. And we could not perform this. Okay, something's still funny. Well, this has got to be quoted. That's the problem. And is that it? Oh, that date looks funny. Unavailable in where clause. Availability. Ah, this should be 07 or 05. Wrong database. And so that should match up now. Line 31, result 2. Ah, should be result 2. Okay, what happens when we view the page source? Ah, this looks like a database table. I'm not, am I in here? I don't see any of my stuff in here. So, why is that? Oh, I know why. It's because we still have that date problem. FW. Oh, it's not FW we're looking for. We're looking for it should be D equals date YMD FW. Should be that, and this should be D. Save changes. There we go. There's my X's. And if we, this is the page source. So if we copy this, we should be able to copy this. Copy. And let's put it temporarily into this, a new. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now we can Control A, Control C, and this should paste into, oops, Control V, and it should paste right into a table. And so we see it looks like it displays that properly. And if we go to our file manager and hit refresh, we should see an availability table. Reload, and there it is. And when we open it up, you see it looks like this. Very good. Okay, so we have completed our export availability program in PHP, and that should pretty much take care of almost everything we need to do for this assignment. You need to read it over and make sure that I did leave out some things, and so you can go through that to make sure you've got everything, and it should be pretty straightforward. Thanks for watching.